Welcome, everybody, to 2025. Can you believe that we are already a quarter way through this century? I remember when it was 2000, the Y2K. Yeah, you remember nostalgia? Huh? I'm just thinking about last night, and I can't stop laughing. I've been laughing all day today, January 1st, 2025. I've been laughing because I was thinking about the New Year's Eve party I went to last night, and it was the most tackiest, horrible New Year's Eve party I've ever been to. Now, this was an event that was something that you could buy tickets to on Eventbrite. The first two New Year's Eve parties that I went to, booking tickets or whatever, were great. They were awesome. There was one that was an 80s theme, and then there was just a general, New Year's Eve blast theme where they had a stage and, drinks and all that stuff. Wings, the food was always good. You get wings, you get just all kinds of finger foods, desserts, really good stuff. And usually the tickets to these parties range from $40 per person to 60. Not that, expensive or anything. Pretty mid-range for just going out, enjoying yourself, having some food, having some ambience, getting up and dancing if that's your forte, and just doing something else besides sitting at home, basically. Now, don't get me wrong, when I was just a single dude that just didn't do anything, most of the times I would maybe just go to a friend's house, or I would just spend it at home, being productive, making music or doing something like that. But now, I am a married man, and want to go out and enjoy ourselves a bit, and do something different, dress up a little bit, all that. Let's put this horrible soda right here on display just for ambience, because it'll fit just right with how this party went. Okay, so after looking at all the events that we could have chosen, this one looked like the best one, because we were very nitpicky. We were Googling things, doing research, what have you. This one looked very decent, and plus it was at a place that I was well aware of, that I was like, okay, that would be pretty nice. So we were promised a red carpet experience, a gourmet buffet, and one of the best DJs in the Midwest. They also touted that you were going to step into a world of opulence and going to be mesmerized by enchanted ambience. This thing was going to go on from 7 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So last night, we dress up, get nice, get a suit on for myself. The wife gets on a nice dress, does her makeup, blah, blah, blah. Now, we usually just go to these things so it's an opportunity to dance on a floor. Not for anything else, really. Not to mingle with people or anything like that. We just get up there strictly to enjoy ourselves. Something you really can't do at home. I mean, you can, but it's like, you want the atmosphere, right? I also just want some wings with some ranch on the side. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, dog? Or some blue cheese. I've gotten into that recently, but anyways. So we leave early after we've donned our suits and dresses, and we get to the parking lot almost at 7 o'clock or a little after. It's like 7:10-ish, somewhere around there. The parking lot is dead, completely empty besides a few spotty cars here and there. And the parking lot is like the size of a Target parking lot. This place is huge. So the building itself had sections cordoned off in these big rooms where they could have two parties happening at the same time with a wall in between they shut down. So we get in there and dead silent. Halls are empty. Tables are just stacked up in the hallway, and we're just okay. I was thinking about where's this red carpet experience. I was thinking in my head, we're going to walk in and there's a whole red carpet that's going to snake into the main room. Nothing like that. There were two couples that were there too, looking for the same place we were, and it's like, where is it? It's dead in here. And one lady from another party opened up the doors and said, oh no, this isn't for you guys or whatever. And if you're looking for that, maybe you got the wrong place. So we're looking. I'm like, no, this is the same place. And we're already getting an attitude saying, where is there a suite number? There should be a suite number. I'm like, no, there is no suite number. It's just this building. And then all of a sudden, hey guys, over here, are you here for this ball? And I'm like, yeah, we're here for it. This lady, she looks so unorganized. She's probably in her mid to late 30s. Looks like she just rolled out of bed. and she had this big box of crap, like party favors that she got at Party City for $40. Just the general paper hats and that kind of stuff. It was like a 100-piece thing. So while we're standing there, I'm like getting my Apple Wallet out on my phone where the tickets are at, and I'm like, okay, do you got a scanner or should I show you? She's like, oh yeah, just show me. So I'm like showing her on my phone, swiped, there's the second ticket. She's like, okay, yeah, just that guy in the black suit all the way down there, just go down there and he'll tell you where to go from there. Okay. And in the meantime, she's like, yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of the DJ. He's late. I don't know where he's at. And I'm like, oh, God damn, what's happening already? Already there's problems. So we make our way down the hallway and get into the main area where the party's all happening. And there is a bar to the right as you walk into this hallway, and then it opens up to the left, the full room. And straight ahead as you walk in, there's a little bit of an elevated area, 8 steps going up, and then the other side 8 steps going down. That's where the DJ is set up, so you can't go up there or anything. To the left, there are all these tables set up, and kind of in the middle, right in front of where the DJ is the dance floor, obviously. And we have a little spinning disco ball up ahead, so it's doing a little light show naturally around. And then to the right, there was a photo area where it had a drop cloth that said, Happy New Year's 2025. And there was a guy there with a DSLR camera. We're like, well, all right, let's go get our photo done. And we go up there, and the guy's like, all right, it's $10. And I'm like, already? I already paid to get in here. Now I have to pay $10 to get our photo. And it's like, well, let's get an official 2025 New Year photo. So we got that, and the guy would only take Cash App. I have Venmo, and I did have Cash App, but I took it off my phone. So I'm like, all right, I'll have to download that. So while I'm standing there waiting to get my photo, I'm trying to download Cash App at the same time, and the internet reception was just god-awful. So I'm standing there for like 10 minutes holding my phone up to the wireless cell phone provider gods, trying to download Cash App on my phone again really quickly. And so I finally scanned, paid the guy, showed him, hey, look, I paid. All right, go ahead, take your photo. I'm like, thank you. So by this time, we find ourselves at a table where no one else is at, kind of chilling in the back, facing everything. Really nice seats. There was about 14 tables altogether, circular, about 8-10 chairs per table. So as we walked to the table where my wife was sitting, we're just chilling. And then this lady, the organizer that we saw that let us in and all that, she comes up to us and says, hey, no, people that are only 2 couples, just parties of 2, y'all need to get together with tables with other parties of 2 because there are full tables that are reserved. So I get up and we find our way to another table with couples that were made up of the older man and the younger Filipino woman. I don't know, it was just a thing. We wound up sitting at that table for some reason. So by this time, it was about 8 o'clock, and the lady that was running the whole thing that we saw when we first walked up in front of everybody. That was maybe max 30 to 40 people that were all here, filing into different tables, filling them up, saying, all right, the DJ is here, guys. He's going to set up. And he goes and he sets up. And he's a dude that's past his prime. Let's just say that. And he's like in his 50s. He probably met a few big stars back in the 2000s. And he's like still thinking he's doing something. He did do something. It wasn't good. But he started playing some music. And it was all stuff that wasn't New Year's Eve-ish or stuff that you could play at an event that would get people on the dance floor. Like, he started playing Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana, which is a good song, but just not for that. What are we going to do? Get up there and go, yeah! Or, like, look sad sitting at our table going, yeah! What the And then he started playing very, ratchet rap, which, don't get me wrong, I enjoy that stuff too, but, I mean, can we just have something that is, like, normal? Like, just simply Googling New Year's Eve playlist and just let that ride on your laptop. That would have been a whole lot better. So we're all sitting there while this is playing, and we're like, we're not going to get up and dance until we're fed, because all I had that day was cereal, and yeah, we're just waiting for the food. The food takes forever. It was about 8:30 when they brought the food out. We kept watching them. They would take pans out, set it out, and then bring it back in. Like, okay, yes, no, are we bipolar here? What are we doing? At that point, while they were still fidgeting with the food, not knowing what they were doing, we walked down outside to the open area to get party favors, hats, and all that kind of stuff. Because we saw that lady with the box earlier with it. We're wondering, okay, when is she going to distribute the stuff so we could actually, celebrate? Walk up to the front, and there's the box of the party favors, and she's standing there at the table with these orange tickets as people are coming in, and she's giving the orange tickets out, and I'm thinking, we didn't get those orange tickets, but I didn't think anything of it. I didn't know, I don't care about orange tickets. I'm already in the thing, so everything's good. But I look at the party favors and I said, hey, are we going to get these soon, or what's going on here? She's like, oh, yeah, I'll bring them in soon and y'all can get some. I'm like, okay, cool. Now, if you want to know what the VIP red carpet thing was, it was literally a plastic drop cloth that said the VIP on it, black and gold VIP, and maybe a 12-foot long red carpet leading up to this drop cloth slapped against the wall. We got pictures. They looked good, but... So I get back to the room, and they're about to serve the food. And this is the funniest thing. I've never seen anything like it, and I probably never will again, because I will never do one of these things ever again. We go up to the table, and, we're like fourth in line. And the lady up ahead of us apparently had this big family. We're just standing there, and all her family members started getting up to her and making us now 8th or 10th in line, which really kind of pissed me off. But at the same time, I'm like looking at the food. There's no rush. There's plenty of food. All right, whatever. When you're dealing with human beings, humans gonna hume. That's all there is to it. It's always about me, me, me. What can I get out of this? What am I going to get paid? What am I? Me, 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 me. United we stand, the more I rip you off. That kind of deal. So now here's the food spread. I'm going to describe this to you. So we got big plate, little plate, bags of plastic knives, plastic forks, plastic spoons. 2 big salad bowls here and there. No salad dressing. The salads have lettuce, some cut up cherry tomatoes, and shredded cheddar cheese in it. No tongs. So you're sitting there trying to scoop it out with your fork onto the plate. And then we moved on to the turkey. It was a full roasted turkey, just chilling like you would prepare for Thanksgiving. But it was cold as hell. It wasn't carved, so you had to sit there and carve a piece off yourself. In which they provided the big fork and the cutting knife for that, at least they did that. And as I saw people carving the turkey, they were just getting big ass portions, not thinking about anybody else, just getting a big chunk. I literally saw one woman with this whole big turkey leg with other slices of turkey with it, just chilling it. Like, it looked like she was just, took the whole turkey, why don't you? I saw the turkey and I was like, I'm going to skip that because there's going to be some wings here, right? I'm going to just eat chicken wings. I don't care about turkey too much. So I move on to the next 2 pans. And the next 2 pans were literally like fish fillets. They were seasoned okay. There was some pepper and stuff on it. But it was all cold. It was literally like something they fished out of Horseshoe Lake. It's kind of like a dirty kind of lake here in the area. I'm just like, now I'll skip the fish. I'll go to the next pan. What's there at the next pan? There's 2 pans left. Behind door number 1, no. Behind door number 2, no. Let's see door number 3. Door number 3, the fourth to the last pan, it was this brown rice with, it looked like sausage, little, nuggets in there, here and there, but it looked like cat turds. So it was cat turd brown rice there. And I wasn't going to touch that with a 10-foot pole because I didn't know if it was pork or not, or beef or mystery meat, whatever it was. I'm like, eh. So I'm like, what is the last pan? What what is this? At this point, I'm just like, this is ridiculous. And other people too were looking at me and be like, this is so tacky. Someone need to take a photo of this. This is so tacky. Because, with the fish and the brown cat turd brown rice, there were no scoopers. There were no big spoons to get anything. You literally had to take your own utensils that you're going to use to eat with and scoop it onto your plate. We get to the last little pan, and it's mac and cheese, and it was dry, and it had the seasoning, like they put seasoned salt on top of it. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of seasoned salt, but I'm like, man, if you're gonna have to doll mac and cheese up with some seasoned salt, you're doomed. It's doomed. But I'm like, okay, this is probably the safest bet is getting this mac and cheese. So I scooped a big pile of that on my plate, thinking, all right, at least I'll have this. But I'm like, this sucks. This is bad. I was, very tolerant up until that point, and I was like, yeah, this is wrong. This is a bad vibe. This is hellish. Bring my food back to the table. I did get a little salad too, just to, make something variety on my plate. Eat the salad with no dressing, dry as hell. Wash that down with some water. Got some Cokes at the bar and a Sprite. My wife did that. She brought that back. And started eating the mac and cheese, and that was cold. Everything was cold. The turkey was cold. The only thing that wasn't cold and was kind of warmish was the fish that my wife got. I tried some of the fish. It was seasoned okay and everything, but I kind of felt like, am I going to get sick from eating some of this stuff? Because, this is bad. I wound up getting a few chunks of turkey from my wife. She got some, and I was like, yeah, the turkey's cold too. It was awful. So we eat, and I finish both of my sodas, and I go back up to the bar, and I ask the guy, this is past 9 o'clock, so they stopped serving drinks, the open bar, but they still serve soda or whatever. So I go up there, and the guy starts giving me hell, like saying, oh, you're supposed to have a ticket. You're supposed to have a ticket, man. And I'm like, well, I wasn't given a ticket. I was like one of the first people here. I saw the tickets earlier, but I didn't know what they were for. And I've been getting sodas. It's freaking soda. Take the little thing and... Like, I don't understand these people. They get a little bit of amount of authority, and they just want to... yeah, look at me. So he wound up giving me the soda without the ticket anyways, because I was just like, give me the soda. Like, I gave him a look. And usually I'm not like a Karen where I'm going to get all crazy at some counter, but the dude came with an attitude already. So as we finish our food, we're sitting there watching the dancing. Some people were getting out on the dance floor, and it was just kind of like watching an old folks home kind of dance party, because it was one big fat lady out there dancing and another lady in this silver suit and a cowboy hat getting down, which was kind of entertaining. I enjoyed that. Now, in the back of my head, I'm sitting there thinking this whole time, I know probably going into this, it's a mixed bag. You don't know what you're getting, but regardless, I'm going to be entertained. Good or bad experience, I'm going to enjoy it because I will be entertained. Either if it's good, I will actually enjoy myself, but if it's horribly wrong and bad, I'm still going to love it because it is just so god-awfully funny to me. Like, I'm not going to get mad about it or get sad or upset. I'll just be like, God, this sucks so bad. It's a train wreck. I have to look at it. I have to take this all in. I got to enjoy this. So a half hour passes, and as people are dancing, I'm thinking, man, I need something else to eat. Let me go back up to the table, because by then everybody was gone from the table. And I go and I look. I pick up a small little plate, and there was one little plate of the cat turd fried rice scooped up, sitting off to the side. And I looked at all the pans. There was this empty, eaten up turkey carcass that it looked like a bunch of hyenas just mangled up. It was just sitting there, just hanging halfway out the pan. All the fish was gone. The cat turd brown rice had maybe like an eighth left in the pan, and all the mac and cheese was gone. And as I just strolled and walked my way looking at this table, I was just busting up laughing. I was just laughing my ass off because nothing was replenished, nothing was filled up. That was it. You get these pans, that's it. Nothing else the rest of the night. No dessert, no nothing. I walked back across the dance floor through everyone dancing, walking to the table and sitting back down laughing the whole time. And I'm sure people were looking at me as I was walking, just busting up laughing. I enjoyed myself in probably the most morbid way possible because it was that sad. By this point, too, there was only one person dancing, and she started walking back to her table. And the guys just started rolling. He kept asking all the time, hey man, if there's any songs you want me to play, let me know. It's like, you're the DJ. You're the man in charge. It's like me asking all my audience what kind of videos they want me to do. You know, like, I'm the man in charge. I'm steering the ship. You're the DJ. Do something. That's your job. But he stops music and he starts doing a stand-up bit. And it's the most, like, fabricated crap that he probably heard off Twitter. He starts talking about jokes of, like, who out here are married couples? I remember being married, you know. They took half of my stuff. And, you know, it's like, oh, God. Damn, this is bad. You know, by this point, I was waiting for them to bring out a ball pit or a bouncy house to try to keep someone enthused. They went back to playing some music, and while he was playing music, I guess his phone or whatever he was playing the music through, he'd be getting these notifications, and he didn't silence it. So during the song playing, he would get this ding, ding, you know, notification. He got a text or something. I'm like, This is bad. This is bad. If the table enough wasn't bad, I'm like, just combining it with this and everything. Ah, God. Now, I did wind up getting some pictures, some decent photos. There were people there that were really nice, and I can't say anything bad about that. You know, they had a little balloon set up. You get your photos. You know, they were nice enough. Hey, here's my phone. Could you take a few photos of us? And, you know, got some decent photos, but man. So 10 o'clock rolls around, and they pull out all the stops, apparently, and the DJ says, hey, y'all, all right, we're introducing a local talent that's going to do some R&B kind of rap-style singing. She's got a voice of an angel, and he introduces her name. I don't even know who it was, you know, one name type of deal. She gets out there, and she starts singing. It sounds fine. And my wife comes back to the table after she was outside for a second. She's like, what's going on here? I'm like, this is apparently St. Louis Idol now. And she's like, yeah, you want to go? I'm like, yeah, this sucks. I can't imagine sitting there any longer and not doing anything. And I'm just staring at my wife or just looking around. So we get up and we start leaving. And as we leave, we finally see the box of party favors. You know, this thing that's been an ongoing theme in the whole night. It's sitting there, and all the party favors are just in the box. So we wound up grabbing a hat, and I grabbed one hat to give to my wife, and I'm like, I can't get it out. And she's like, you know what, just grab the whole sleeve of the hats. Screw this. And I'm like, yeah. Took that, got some little noisemakers, whoop, and walked right out of there. So it was about 10:15, just drove back home, and it was like 11 o'clock, and just celebrated the rest of the night. Got some snacks out and watched Dick Clark's New Year's Eve bash in New York City and watched the ball drop. It was that, and we were switching to coast New Year's Eve, where our time zone was going right along with Dallas, Texas. So we just counted down with that as well. Man, what a way to end the train wreck that was 2024. I wouldn't have expected it to go off any other way, to be honest. So 2025 is only up from here. So regardless, it's going to be a great year, knock on wood. And I hope you guys had a great one. And here's to all of us having a better year this year. And until then, I'm DJ Glowing Ice saying, see you next time very soon. All right. Peace out.